Yo, this is Jarmancer here, and welcome back to our Video Games First Impressions series. In this episode, we are going to be taking a look at Dirty Bomb, an objective-based first-person shooter created by Splash Damage, who also created Brink, which is very similar. Dirty Bomb combines elements from Quake, Battlefield, Team Fortress 2, and CSGO to create a fast-paced, high-intensity team shooter. The game takes a few pages from the Arena FPS books such as no forward momentum, wall jumping, very accurate hipfire, and super low weapon equip times, and puts these together with the military shooter to create an interesting skill-based experience. Let's go over the gameplay elements first, then we'll head on to the experience itself. As I mentioned earlier, Dirty Bomb is an objective-based shooter. There are multiple game modes, but currently they all have objectives. There are two main game types, Objective and Stopwatch, but I got to test out a new game mode called Execution. Objective is as it sounds. There are a few objectives that one team must complete within the time limit, such as delivering explosives or drugs. The opposing team must stop them from completing the objectives. Stopwatch is exactly the same, except teams will switch sides after one round is over, and whichever team made it farthest or completed the objectives in the shortest amount of time wins. I was also able to try out Execution game mode, which is also an objective-based game mode, but the stakes are higher. There are no respawns in Execution, so one way to win is simply eliminate the other team. If you aren't busy massacring the other team, then you'll be arming explosives at one of the explosive sites or trying to stop the other team from doing so. Each Execution match involves 10 rounds total. For the first 5 rounds, one team will defend and one attacks. After the first 5 rounds, the teams switch places and you do the whole thing over again. Once all the rounds are over, the team with the most wins is victorious. Let's move on to the characters and gear. So the concept of this game is that everyone is a mercenary trying to make money through the various objectives that they have to complete. There's a selection of various mercenaries that you can play as. Players bring 3 different mercenaries into each battle and are able to switch between them right before spawning back in. I mentioned earlier that this is a team-based game, yet there is more team to Dirty Bomb than simply being on a team of people killing the other team. The various mercenaries you can play as have different abilities that help out the team. Abilities include healing, reviving, giving ammo, dropping airstrike markers, throwing grenades, etc. Each mercenary has 2 different abilities that are usually activated using Q and E, though some of the abilities are passive abilities or even after-death abilities. When you first start the game, everyone has Aura and Skyhammer unlocked by default. There's also a rotation of 3 free mercenaries that changes every week. Mercenaries can also be bought with in-game credits awarded after matches, or you can buy mercenaries for $10. There is redundancy through the mercenaries' abilities, so you don't have to own all the mercenaries to be able to do everything. So once you have your 3 mercenaries picked out for battle, how do you equip them with weapons? Equipment comes in the form of equipment cases. Cases are awarded in battle or can be bought with credits won in battle, or you can buy in-game credits with real money and spend them on the cases. Now, before you pause the video and rage that another game is pay to win, let me explain how these equipment cases work. So, once you open up an equipment case, you're rewarded with a loadout card. Each loadout card features weapons and a few character buffs such as 20% faster healing. Let me emphasize the fact that each loadout card has all buffs and weapons pre-built into them, so you can't build your own loadout card. This pretty much kills all the whole pay to win idea. If you spend real money on the game, you'll get a randomly selected loadout card with random weapons and buffs. You don't get to simply buy the best weapons in the game and put them in a single loadout and be the best of the game by paying money. The motto for Dirty Bomb in the trailer is hard to learn, impossible to master. The idea being that this is a game all about skill and none of the pay-to-win crap that plagues modern shooters. By giving you random loadout cards, the game is forcing you to learn how to master each card in the way it defines. This also allows for weapons and buffs to be in the game that might seem slightly overpowered because you can't simply place all the best weapons together. You have to learn how to actually play, not just buy something that makes the game easier for you. This is what I really love about Dirty Bomb. It's a game targeted at FPS veterans who don't want to deal with all the crud in shooters these days. You just hop into the game, you select your loadout cards, and play. Hassle-free and skill-based. In order to be good at the game, you need to actually learn how to play, not have OP weapons. This brings me to the interface and the feel of the game. The selection screen is very clean and easy to use. It's quite clear where to go to find what you want, and you don't have to deal with tons of buttons on the screen. Also, no matter where you are on the selection screen, the play button is always at the top. Joining games is also very easy. If you use the quick play option, you simply select the game mode you want to play, and you'll be put into a game. You can also view the server browser and join a match from there if you want to be more selective. Once you reach level 6, you're able to play in competitive matches. By playing competitive, you can go up and down in rank and are put in different brackets based on your skill. The game encourages you to play with a team of people you play with often and you have contact with so that you can speak with one another in-game and work as a team. Currently, almost no one plays competitive because it takes a while to reach level 6, but also because playing casual is pretty much just as fun and more hassle-free. Just as a side note, there's also a little tutorial you can play, which is mostly a tutorial for people who are new to first-person shooters. The short introduction video that plays the first time you fire up the game pretty much tells you everything you need to know if you have played an FPS before. The one thing you should know that the introduction doesn't tell you is that when you kill someone, they aren't completely dead yet. For about 20 seconds, dead players lie on the ground and are able to be instantly revived by medics or can be slowly revived by any other mercenary. So when you kill someone, make sure to quick knife them real quick to kill them completely. This doesn't mean they won't respawn, but it means that they can't be revived. So that's about all I have to say about Dirty Bomb without making this video too long. Dirty Bomb is currently in early access. You can join early access by purchasing the Mercenary Starter Pack on Steam for $20, which will give you access to the game and also unlock 5 extra mercenaries for you. When the game is fully released, it will be free to play. Once again, free to play, not pay to win. The devs have rumored that open beta will start June, so you might be able to play for free starting June. So if you are an FPS veteran who simply wants to play a good FPS without extra junk in the game, I suggest you give it a try if it is indeed free to play in June. Also, if you haven't ever played an FPS before, I would say Dirty Bomb is a great starting point for you because you don't have to manage any loadouts yourself, and nobody's going to have a bunch of OP weapons to murder you with as soon as you spawn in. Overall, I really enjoy Dirty Bomb, and I feel the devs are taking it in a good direction and trying their best to make a good skill-based FPS. The devs already host competitions and giveaways and are all around trying to build a community for Dirty Bomb, so when it eventually launches, it will already have a thriving community ready to accept all the new players. If Splash Damage does a good job with the game and markets it correctly, Dirty Bomb could be the best free-to-play military shooter out there after the flop of Warface, and discarding the MMO giant PlanetSide 2. Thanks for watching this video game first impressions video. If you have enjoyed, give it a like and check out some of my other reviews. If you have something to say about what you think about the game or have some constructive criticism, put it in the comment section below. Thanks all for watching. Later.